Welcome to our Season 1 recap of Game of Thrones, Part 3, Secrets and Lies. No one could really call Ned Stark a complicated man. He is a soldier, a father, and Lord of Winterfell, more or less in that order. And ironically, the only secret he still keeps, specifically the identity of Jon's real mother, flies rampant against all that Ned is at his core. Honest, honorable, and loyal, to a fault even. All in all, he is a welcome addition to the King's small council down in King's Landing. Ned has none of the diplomatic tact of Littlefinger, nor the spies of Varys, or the considerable courtly experience of Maester Pycelle, nor the blood of a Baratheon, as Renly, the youngest of Robert's brothers. So he's more Jaime Lannister than Cersei, though he'd be loath to be compared to either of them. Shortly after his arrival in King's Landing, Ned has a surprise visitor, his own wife, and an even more surprising tale. You see, while he was traveling south, Lady Stark played detective, and found Cersei's blonde hair in the tower from where Bran fell. Then, someone tried to kill Bran as he lay in a coma, with a very fancy dagger made of Valyrian steel. It's okay though, mostly. Bran is now awake, doesn't remember anything about his fall, and he is, unfortunately, paralyzed from the waist down. Littlefinger reveals to her that the dagger used to belong to him, but he had since lost it in a jousting gamble to Tyrion Lannister. In light of her sister's accusations against the Lannisters and Littlefinger's new information, Catelyn is sure that the Lannisters were purposefully trying to kill her son. But to what end? Littlefinger assures her that he will help them find the truth, and Ned sends his wife back to Winterfell, convinced he must first find some proof of the Lannisters' treachery. Except Tyrion doesn't seem like the treacherous type, or even the secretive, plotting kind. On his way back down from the wall, he even presents Robb with a schematic to help poor crippled Bran be able to ride a horse, because, as he puts it, he has a tender spot in his heart for cripples, bastards, and broken things. And of course, we know that Bran's fall, while not an accident, was not a mastermind plot, simply a in-the-moment, really bad decision on Jaime's part. Cersei and Jaime were afraid of the boy waking up and revealing their affair, but didn't make any outward plans to kill the boy while he was asleep. So the question remains, who gave the dagger to Bran's would-be killer, and why kill the boy to begin with? So Ned tries on the detective gloves himself and begins with Jon Arryn's last days, following in his footsteps. He reads a boring book from Maester Pycelle, The Lineages and Histories of the Great Houses of the Seven Kingdoms. A rather boring account of a bunch of people, past and present, complete with the descriptions of their hair color. The next day, he visits an armorer in the city and speaks with the young apprentice that works there, who's named Gendry, a strong young man with black hair, and strongly favoring Robert's face. Another bastard child with black hair later, and Ned figures out that Robert seems to have spent more time betting other women than he did his own wife. And when he rechecks the boring book of names and hair colors, specifically that of House Baratheon, he comes to the further realization that while all of Robert's bastard children have black hair, his children with Cersei all had golden hair, like their mother, throwing the legitimacy of their royal birth into question. Deciding to suss out the truth for himself, he summons Cersei to a meeting while Robert is out on a hunt. Ned confronts her with the half-guessed knowledge that Joffrey is not Robert's son. Cersei, certain that Ned already knows everything, accidentally lets it slip that Jaime's the father of all of her children. Not in so many words. Ned kindly tells her that she's got a day or so to gather all her things and, make haste out of King's Landing cause he's gonna tell Robert all about it too. Unfortunately, as the two of them were chit-chatting about illegitimate heirs, Robert gets skewered by a boar during his hunt, which effectively hits the pause button on Ned's big reveal. But remember how Ned is honest, honorable, and loyal to a fault? Well, on his deathbed, Robert names Ned the protector of the realm until his son Joffrey comes of age, and commands him to write all that down. Ned, still keeping mum about the incestuous love affair, just writes rightful heir instead. Signed, sealed, and not delivered. Ned goes about his business. Namely, to tell Robert's other brother, Stannis, that he's basically next in line for the throne, so hurry up and get over here to King's Landing. Oh yeah, and bring your army and weapons and stuff too. Okay, thanks, bye, yours forever, Eddard Stark, your biggest fan. Renly urges Ned to seize Joffrey and the Lannisters, and instead support him as the next king. After all, Renly's got the gold of the Tyrell house. Thanks, secret boyfriend Sir Loras Tyrell of Highgarden. And the love of the common people. The realm, he notes, has no need for a line of succession. They need a strong and capable king who knows how to rule, and one that cares about the Seven Kingdoms, not a warrior who only knows how to fight. Ned swipes left. Littlefinger urges Ned to keep the power for himself, support the Lannisters now, and, well, see how everything shakes out later. But Ned is having none of that either, and instead asks Littlefinger for the City Watch, the Gold Cloaks, to come to his aid and take the Lannisters off the throne and ensure Stannis is named king instead of Joffrey. Reluctantly, Littlefinger agrees to help and promises Ned the City Watch is his. But Littlefinger betrays him. When Ned is summoned to swear fealty to the new king, Joffrey, the City Watch turns on Ned and slaughter his men at Cersei's command. The Hound takes Sansa, but the Lannister men have a little harder time capturing Arya, and that's not all that's going awry on the continent of Westeros. Thanks for watching Game of Thrones Season 1 Recap Part 3, Secrets and Lies. Join us next time for the fourth part, Friend or Foe. Next up on 7-Minute Seasons, a MindMineTV series. Love what you saw? Make sure to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more great content like this.